Why would it be called Pearl Harbor?
Oh, there's a whole history behind
the shot, or
yeah.
I know about Pearl Harbor.
it. Was
We're your hosts, Tara, Nora, and Allie, and you're listening to Bad Advice Only.
We're just three New York City rats talking about scurrying around the Big Apple. Here, we make the New York City mistakes so you don't have to.
We're begging you. Leave us a review and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Bad Advice Only NYC. We release new episodes every Monday, so stay tuned, rats.
So yesterday I took a car home and I was really drunk and yes, question?
I didn't know you were really drunk. Go on.
Oh yeah, because pick up and I stayed and had more drinks. I talked to my driver about Bad Advice Only. I don't remember how it got brought up, but I told him all about pegging.
It was probably him who brought it up.
He was like, oh my God, you're Tara from Bad Advice Only.
I knew I recognized those tats.
And yeah, he was in an open relationship for 7 years.
Oh, that's dangerous for you. Uber drivers are just your type.
He was looking like a puppy.
A puppy?
Poppy. Like a poppy steak. Muy bonito.
Right. He was muy bonito, muy gordito.
So you told him about your pegging.
Yeah, and he was so into it. He was like, everyone should try asshole play at least twice. And I was like, that is what I've been saying. But yeah, now he downloaded our episodes and we have a new fan.
It makes me mad that you can have such a casual conversation with your Uber driver when every time I get into an Uber or a cab, I've been told the history of Ali in the Islamic world and all of his brethren.
You know, I should have asked earlier, but is Ali like their god? Or like, what's Ali?
That's Allah.
What's Ali?
I black it out every time they talk to me. He's like supposed to, I don't want to get it wrong.
Prophet.
It's insensitive.
It's a prophet.
Whose religion is this?
I don't look it up. They just talk at me and I stop listening because I'm not him.
Okay.
But if we get a new listener, thank you so much to Tara's Uber driver, Poppy.
You know who you are.
Gordito.
Is his name Poppy?
No, he was just a Puerto Rican.
Okay, this seems racist.
No, he was calling himself Puppy in the car, and I was about to start calling him Puppy all night.
Well, join us for our Patreon if you want to see videos of Tara begging her Uber driver $7.
That's not how Patreon works.
That'll be a $7 surcharge.
Patreon is audio.
Anyway.
What have we talked about today, Rats?
All right, so I thought it'd be really fun to do something a bit more like very New York specific and talk about what your borough says about you.
Are we only using our boroughs? Oh, just all boroughs.
Just all boroughs.
Okay, so...
how many boroughs are there?
5. I know.
There are 5. So when I was doing my research, people actually think that there are 7. Because they include Hoboken and Jersey City.
No, they
because,
don't.
well, technically,
No,
I agree with you that there are 5. This wasn't me. I agree with you that there are 5. I don't consider them. But what I found out in my research...
How dare they give them 2 boroughs? Like, if there's going to be a borough in Jersey, it'll just be Jersey.
Let me speak.
I can't. This is like the Chains episode.
Okay. I didn't do this. Bring it up with the mayor.
Which mayor?
One
Adams?
of the 2. No, Adams is incapable of doing anything. Anyway, yes, there are 5 boroughs. Go and name them.
Oh,
Manhattan.
okay. Oh, Nora's doing it.
No one's asked me this in a while.
The
Manhattan.
Bronx.
It's my turn. Manhattan.
Pulling a
The
me.
Bronx. Brooklyn. It's either Long Island or Staten Island. One of them's
Nora,
tricky.
you suck. Okay, it's Manhattan, the Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, and Staten Island.
But Long Island, Staten Island, that's the tricky
Long
one.
Island's not considered
Long
a borough.
Island's not
I
a
know.
borough.
Long Island's just Long
I know.
Island.
I just know it's either Staten Island or Long Island.
Okay, but you
one of them.
understand that Staten Island is significantly smaller than Long Island.
And also, Brooklyn and Queens is basically Long Island. It's literally one. It's a different island.
I would argue Queens more so than Brooklyn.
I
But
think
there's
it's
parts
stupid.
I like Manhattan.
Okay, hot take.
Real hot take.
All right, so I want to break down each borough, and then like the average cost of living there. and then see at the end of this which borough we'd actually prefer to live in. Since I know you two are ratty motherfuckers and like to not pay for anything.
Yeah, but okay, so we are all acknowledging that you don't live in New York. You don't live in
You
the
don't live
state.
in a borough.
Correct, but I have lived in more boroughs than any of you.
Yeah, we know the right borough
I know.
to live in.
How many boroughs have you guys lived in?
One, the right one.
Right, I've lived in the right one as well, and I've also lived in Brooklyn
one.
and Queens.
So we all are starting this conversation with Manhattan's the right borough.
Manhattan's the right borough. It's the first borough that I've listed here.
Nora, not only do you have strep throat, but you're also eating into the mic. You sound awful.
I think you sound good.
Okay, give me one moment.
I understand that you're hungry.
Wait.
So it's gonna tell us something about our borough? Is it like our charts? You're gonna read our stars?
Yes, this is your astrology chart.
Based off of my borough.
Based off of a moving company research that I found published earlier this year.
The journalism.
So what are the most prominent neighborhoods that you would say are in Manhattan?
West Village.
Wait, what was the question? What are the neighborhoods?
What would you say would be the most prominent neighborhoods?
What does prominent mean?
Upper West Side, Upper
Wealthy,
East
like-
Side.
Affluent?
Affluent.
Affluent. It's not affluent.
It's not affluent.
Okay.
Texas education.
West Village,
Upper West Side, Upper East
Upper
Side,
East.
Chelsea.
the West Side in general.
Yeah, you got them. So it's Greenwich Village, Upper West Side, and the Upper East Side. What do you think are like? Let's start with the Upper East Side. What would the stereotype be that you would give it if you had to like?
Oh, rich bankers.
Rich old white women.
Yeah,
Rich
old-
old white women.
Are you looking at me?
None
No,
of them
I'm just
have.
treading.
None of them work. They are all like the yoga drunk moms that are like.
I disagree. I'm thinking of like 60-plus-year-olds. They like are on the board of charities. Their husband died of a heart attack in his 50s.
Oh wow! I was thinking like 40s, Botoxed, facelifted. You know, doing all the Barry boot camp bullshit.
Right. I
They've
think
got
I'm
a
just
rich
you're describing like
husband.
20 years earlier than what I'm describing. Yes,
Yeah.
agreed.
Okay, are we right?
No, I think this is great. I actually don't know. So I'll read you what they've stereotyped them as, which
Who's
I think,
they?
like the moving company that I got this research.
Moving
Can
company?
you cite your sources?
What source?
I'll circle back with an editor's note.
You
But no,
can't
I did a lot of
editor's
research. No, I did a lot of research
There's
on this
no
episode.
journalistic
Okay.
integrity.
It's
with
actually
this
the
girl.
Pods moving company. They
No.
have like a whole. I've used them before. They're great. They're like a legit. They're like Pods, not a sponsor.
Is this an ad?
So they say that Upper East Side boasts true New York treasures, such as, now get this, the Metropolitan Museum, yawn,
Oh, I like the Met.
the Guggenheim,
Love the Goog.
as well as Madison and Fifth Avenue. It's also home to the United Nations, which is not
Huh?
true because
I don't think
that's technically Turtle Bay, isn't it?
I don't know. I
That's
know
like the
about the
40s.
Chinese consulate. That's in Hell's Kitchen.
It has nothing to do with the UN or the Upper East Side.
It has a little to do with the UN, no?
She's just listing a
Apparently.
country.
Nora, is
country in the
China
UN.
Is China in the UN?
Yes. Is it?
And then it goes, it has a large concentration of private schools, making it one of the best neighborhoods.
There's
where I
private
was
schools
going.
everywhere in New York.
Yeah.
No, but the good rich ones are on the Upper
I
East
feel
Side.
like
The
any
good rich
private
ones.
school in Manhattan's pretty good, right?
No.
Well, it's kind of like Gossip Girl-esque, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's the Upper
XOXO.
East Side. Hey, Upper East Siders.
That is what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's what I said.
When I lived there, I did not have that experience because I lived above the Stumble Inn, which is like the frattiest bar.
We went there the other weekend.
Yeah, we went there last weekend.
We
Weren't you
tried.
there twice this week?
I went there twice last week.
She's in her 30s. Non-New Yorkers, we can't explain how ridiculous that sentence is. New
Everyone
Yorkers
there
come at us.
was 10 years my junior.
More. Summerlin's ridiculous.
I bet you they all had fakes.
I honestly wish Nora and I didn't stay that long at the bar, and I wish we'd stayed longer in retrospect, but I was ready to leave.
She bounced.
I bounced.
She took a green tea shot like a high schooler and bounced.
Oh my God. Side note, were you there for the shot we took
When?
last night?
No, I didn't make
the
it till
Hiroshima-
Burgers.
No,
Pearl
it was called
Harbor
Pearl
shot.
Harbor.
Why would it be called?
It was made us all uncomfortable.
Why
even
would it be called Pearl Harbor?
Oh, there's a whole history behind
the shot, or
yeah.
I know about Pearl Harbor.
it. Was no, the shot.
Okay. Okay, what's the story?
It was
American beer.
and whiskey from the Japans.
Vodka.
No, Japanese. Well,
Japanese vodka.
last night we took vodka, but originally it's supposed to be with Japanese whiskey.
Oh, shit.
Y'all weren't at the bar that long.
And we dumped the vodka into the beer and chugged it.
Like a Jaeger bomb.
It's heinous.
It was
But instead of it was the
heinous.
Hiroshima bomb.
For the listeners, I joined them for burgers after I have a job.
You showed up to your job today in fucking rollers.
These aren't rollers, they're clips.
Look,
She said I could
posting-
keep them.
you're very beautiful, but this is
We're
you
posting this to the
literally
gram.
look like Popeye right now from
I think you should
or
explain.
the olive oil Popeye because she wears her hair like that.
Should you explain to the rats what's going on?
Nora's going through a crisis.
Nora is getting ready for a wedding tomorrow. However, her hair is pinned up like it has rollers in it, but it doesn't.
My
And instead it
curls are
kind of looks
pinned.
like the like pins that you would use for a snack bag, like if you ate chips and you needed to close it.
Chip clips.
Yeah, chip clip. But
I
she
didn't
looks
pick the
she
clips.
looks beautiful, but she also looks mildly dysfunctional. I don't think you'd be allowed on the Upper East Side.
Way to bring it
I
back.
look like a strung out, like,
They'd be like, who let Betty the crackhead out again? Back to Greenwich Village. What would you say the stereotypes are for
Dude,
Greenwich
I
Village?
do not even understand where Greenwich Village is. Like,
What?
the map doesn't make sense.
Well, okay, I do have a separate gripe about the map not making sense, which is as follows. The East Village technically starts east of 5th Avenue, if you look at a map, and the West Village starts west of 6th Avenue. So between 5th and 6th,
No man's land.
Greenwich
man's.
Village.
It can't be one avenue. That's crazy.
Greenwich Village, it says.
How many people live in Greenwich Village?
That wasn't part of like what your borough says about you. I didn't look
It
that
doesn't
up.
matter. So when I first moved to Manhattan, I lived in Greenwich Village.
She's smiling. She's
So
very
poor
proud.
college students.
So I think I personally am a little biased because I think of college students, even though I don't actually think that's
Yeah.
the norm. But there are a lot of students.
You're
that-
actually dead on to what
NYU
Pod say.
students. Yeah.
Pod says it's home to NYU and Washington Square Park, and there's tons of great dining options to explore.
Like
It's
the Chick-fil-A
also-
in the dorms.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A. I don't know that this is a selling point, but it says it also offers a short commute to both Midtown and the financial district.
Can you repeat that?
Nope. I think
She's
think that
texting
covers
her
it.
lover again.
What's our
Leave
what's
him
our
alone. Let him miss you.
Rats? Tara's got a new love interest.
And she's in that phase of just texting, smiling at her phone all the time. We hate it. So here's a little hack for you rats about Greenwich Village.
We're just throwing out rat hacks in the middle of our episode.
Yeah, rat hack. If you like Chick-fil-A, there is not a Chick-fil-A in like the West Village, Greenwich Village area, except in the NYU dining hall. And you don't need an ID to get in. You can walk right in and buy that
I
Chick-fil-A.
have to think that they probably have
They've
security
updated
now.
it in the
Well,
last
in
decade.
2014, you could walk right in.
2014, listener, you could easily procure Chick-fil-A.
I'll try it again.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's try it. Let's get a video of you getting kicked out of the NYU cafeteria.
I still have my ID.
Oh, well, so then
I
yes,
never went to NYU, for
I
the
would-
record. But I have an NYU ID.
You are the shadiest one out of all of us,
Yeah.
by far.
I have tar or shit on my shoe.
Again, shady bitch. Why do you have tar?
I don't know. I think I stepped in some tar.
There's no tar in New York.
What's it called
about the
when the
asphalt.
street is wet?
Cement?
No, the street.
That's asphalt. The tar.
The tar.
It's tar.
What do you think tar is? It's cement.
No, cement is for the sidewalk.
confusing. Cement is sidewalk.
I don't know. Listeners,
You tell
settle
us.
this. Settle
Help
this.
us.
Okay, so then the last one's Upper West Side.
The life, the dream.
What are the stereotypes for you?
For me, it's it's what I would want if I could all of a sudden afford a brownstone. I would live on the Upper West Side. It's so beautiful and close to the park, very family friendly. You're next to the museums. It's lovely.
How many times have you been to a museum in New York?
I've been to a lot.
I've been to
Many
all
a
of them when I was on a leadership camp here, but I I didn't actually walk around the museums, and I got a cupcake at every cafe in the museum. And instead I made it more about like who's got the best cupcake.
Well, tell us.
It's the Whitney.
The Whitney has good food.
They had the best cupcake.
Fuck the Whitney, though, because it's $50 to get in.
No, I just bought a shirt and a cupcake and I left.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
You've been to all of them?
Yeah. Well, when you say all of them, not like the tenement museum.
Yeah, there's a tenement. I mean, there's a lot of museums in the city.
Oh, I pressed something.
I don't know what those buttons do, so I just stopped pressing them.
I love the Upper West Side too because it was later developed, and that's why the streets are wider and the sidewalks are bigger, and it's not so.
None of you went to the
claustrophobic.
tenement museum?
No, we wanted to go, but we didn't
wanted to go, but we
Have you
didn't go.
gone? I want to go. Do y'all want to go with me?
Let's go to the tenement museum.
Tenement.
Spelled tenement.
What the fuck?
Okay, anyway, Terry, you were also spot on. They, according to Pods.
But I know
We're reading from a moving company's list. What
I
is
know
this?
New York so well. I mean, they have
They're
good data.
bordering the west of Central Park. Upper West Side's home to the most beautiful real estate with views of Central Park to the east and Riverside Park to the
Yep.
west.
Great parks.
Although, you know, realistically, Riverside Park is like the number one spot where people die in Law and Order
I don't even know what
SVU.
that is.
It's along the river.
Where
on
we used
the
to get
west
those
side.
chicken fingers when we'd walk up to the boat basin.
Chicken
She'll know.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get it.
She guys, she'll know.
The listener is so lost when we two do this.
If you can find the chicken tenders at the boat basin, let us know and you'll
Yeah.
win chicken tenders on us. Okay, I don't believe that this is true because this might be like a little bit outdated since inflation hit, but it says, what do you think the average like rent price per month is for New
Where?
York, like Manhattan alone?
Oh, in all of Manhattan for what? A one bedroom? God damn it. Okay, I'm gonna go with a one bedroom. The average rent price in all of Manhattan for a one bedroom should be like 34.
I was going to say 3,600.
Oh, you guys are pretty spot on. It's $3,900.
Jeez.
39.
Yeah. It can be like the lowest they quoted was 2,400, but that's Washington Heights, which
okay.
basically is the Bronx. To
Yeah, I
me,
would
so.
not want to live up there.
Oh, we do need to. My Uber driver last night told me it's time to buy in the Bronx. It's the next hot spot.
I don't think you should
It's
take
never gonna
real
be
estate advice
hot.
from your Uber driver.
He's also a lawyer, so
Poppy is not.
Poppy's gonna be our lawyer. I asked him if we.
No, we want a real lawyer. We want
Poppy's a
Poppy.
lawyer.
Should this episode just be Manhattan? Because it sounds like we've got a lot to
No,
say.
we're done with Manhattan.
Okay.
Oh man.
We're moving on to Brooklyn.
Berkeley.
All right.
BK.
Stereotypes for Brooklyn.
Well, okay.
Which year?
Yeah, I feel like it goes up and down.
Tell me right now. Tell the listeners right now.
Hipster era, but I think COVID knocked those fuckers out, and they had to go
Yeah.
to Jersey because they couldn't afford Brooklyn anymore because they're hipsters.
I would say like poorer than Manhattan, but like artsier types. But like it depends where in Brooklyn also, because like
Brooklyn's big.
Brooklyn's big.
I don't think Brooklyn's less expensive.
Agreed.
I mean, yeah. If you're like in
Now.
Williamsburg, it's like the same
I don't
as
think it
Manhattan.
matters where you move. Like the Promenade area, like Brooklyn Heights, like it's all super
You
expensive.
live in like
Balls.
fucking Greenpoint.
No, Old Balls was getting priced out of Greenpoint. He wanted to buy and can't afford it now.
Okay. So according again to Pods.
No other resources.
No other sources were used.
This seems pretty legit, you guys, because you're
they're
agreeing with
doing
them.
good.
You're agreeing with them.
Pods is
They said affluent or affluent for Nora, so Nora can interpret it. Affluent families and hipsters, too cool for mainstream Manhattan.
Yeah.
And then I wrote, Allie has lived here and Tara dates here.
And I don't go to Brooklyn, really.
I actually, Brooklyn was really cheap when I lived there, and then it has just skyrocketed. But also, I lived 5 blocks away from this building that kept getting rocks thrown into it.
Oh, no.
And, all the windows would just be busted. I paid $800 a month.
800, nice.
That was great.
I mean, it's not that great because I split a bedroom.
Right.
Right. I think that's still great.
Right. Yeah, I've never been to Brooklyn on my own. I only have ever gone to Brooklyn because people make me go to Brooklyn.
Would you ever date somebody in Brooklyn?
No.
Are you going to move to Brooklyn at some
Just
point?
because it's too far. I don't want to commute.
It's so
I
far.
don't know. Now that I spent a week at a friend's house pet sitting and commuting into the office, it was a 45-minute commute, which is really not
Longer than me
bad.
from Jersey.
It's actually totally normal for New York.
It's
We just
so
don't do that shit.
We're just so used to the Manhattan commute. So I don't know anymore. I'm really questioning it.
Thank God. Okay, how much do you think it costs right now to live in Brooklyn?
It's too big. I can't.
Less big than
2,500.
Manhattan, 2,500.
Brooklyn's not less big than Manhattan. No way. I seen a map.
No way, no how.
I seen a map. Brooklyn's bigger than Manhattan.
She's like, I could use my pointer fingers to measure.
How much is Brooklyn?
4,200.
It's a
More expensive?
That's outrageous.
I don't think you have the right.
This research is bullshit. I'm calling it.
Pods is giving you data on like 1 bedrooms versus 2.
Yeah.
No. You don't even know which
You don't
bedroom.
even know what amount of bedrooms it's referencing for any of the.
It says it can vary greatly, but the average so it's 1 bedroom. Average 1 bedroom. It's in here.
So you're telling me Brooklyn's 1-bedroom apartments are more expensive than
I
Manhattan?
believe that. Brooklyn's so fucking expensive.
It is in certain areas, but by no
because
means,
people think it's cool.
What?
yeah, Brooklyn's cool.
It's not cool.
I'm
Children.
just horrified.
I mean, both of you, what I'm confused is both of you are giving me shit, but you both said at the beginning of this that it was more expensive than Manhattan. So
we
Oh, we
did that
did?
in it. We
Yes.
were exaggerating. That's like in a Brooklyn's so expensive these days.
Yeah, I
we
agree
didn't
with Nora.
need it.
But also,
of course, it shouldn't be as expensive as Manhattan.
if I were you, I would lean into being right.
it's occurring to me that I would never date a woman from Brooklyn.
That's
Only
a
men.
sign. That's a sign.
I
Same.
want like a Manhattan.
Because I'm
gal.
straight.
Oh right.
Okay, why wouldn't you date a woman from Brooklyn?
I don't know. They just not for me.
Trashy.
I mean, I'm gonna be the hairy one in the relationship, so I'd rather one of us be.
Pack a
And a
razor.
Manhattan woman is welcome.
You heard it here first. Women in Brooklyn are hairy. All right, moving up to
Moving up.
to the Bronx.
Do you want to say
I'm
that
just
again?
Jenny from the Bronx.
You do the whole thing again.
All right, moving up to the Bronx.
Just
Jenny from the Bronx.
Is it not Jenny from the block?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But she is from the Bronx.
Who? No, but she says from the Bronx, like in the background. You know what I'm talking about?
Is she from the Bronx?
Yeah.
I don't believe
You know
that.
what's crazy? She had 4 people help her write that song about her own life.
It's tricky.
Okay, what do you think about the Bronx? I don't actually know anything about the Bronx.
Like the Bronx. I'm gonna get.
Why don't you like the Bronx? Tell me. I'd love to know.
There's just no way to express my opinions without getting straight up canceled because people are gonna make this racial, but it's not. I don't like the Bronx because it's too fucking far.
Okay.
It's really far.
It's still expensive. It's really fucking far.
I do want to go to the market there eventually. There's a famous market.
You would know about a fucking
She's
market
literally
at
just
the Bronx.
trying to be
cool and like inclusive.
Yeah, she's trying to be
What
inclusive.
kind of market? Is it like a greenhouse market?
She's like, I love the ethnic restaurants out there.
Actually, they have a really good cheese market that I'm interested in.
Cheese? That doesn't belong in the Bronx.
It does because there are lots of rats in the Bronx and they love their cheese. Physical rats, that's not a slur.
Who would it be a slur for other than Jews?
I don't know.
But Jews don't
I
live
don't know.
in the
I
Bronx.
don't know. I'm just trying to cover. I'm digging myself a hole.
Dig.
Okay.
I don't like
Outside of the cheese market, you got anything else?
They've got a garden, but I could live without it.
Okay.
Is that where the zoo is? It is. I've been to their zoo.
You've been to the Bronx Zoo?
I have.
What was in there?
Birds and shit. I don't know.
Okay. Still spot on with pods. They say the Bronx is a unique place to live, which I thought was pretty fucking rude.
Yeah, what
I
the
would live up
fuck?
there.
No, you would not.
No, you
I would
would
never
not.
see you again.
She would not live up
They
there.
also
the
say
Bronx.
it's quote unquote home of the Yankees, the cradle of hip hop.
Yeah, that's read between the lines.
So
there.
that's what you were getting at.
What does it mean, the cradle?
And boasts the biggest park in the city.
I'm sorry.
I wrote-
What does cradle mean?
I
like
think
the
this-
babies are from there.
The baby hip hoppers?
Yeah.
Every hip hopper. Like J-Lo.
The birth of J-Lo.
I wrote, I think this is a stretch. And then I wrote also crime in all caps because
Yeah.
that's all the Bronx is known for.
Yeah, that's true. It is known for a lot of crime.
It's a little, I think they just like to, hype it up.
No, Tara, they like to murder up there.
I don't think so.
They love a murder.
All the shootings we've been hearing about recently have been in Manhattan and Brooklyn.
And yet you still would love to live in Manhattan. Okay, Queens.
I got nothing to say about Queens.
I've literally only been to Astoria like 4 times when you lived there.
I have nothing on Queens.
Nothing?
I really don't know.
I slept with someone there once, and that's where Tracy lived.
I know
What is
that.
Tracy? Courtney with the titties.
Okay.
I believe you do.
Wait, I'm not done with Queens.
I mean, me either. What would you like to say about it? We haven't even started.
Queens is known for it takes you like an hour to get into the city. All the trains are always down, and you got all the bags on you. You're a bag
Oh,
lady.
You're just describing me when I lived in Queens.
That's what I know.
I know something about Queens. The language turns to Chinese.
What?
If you go deep enough, the
Well, that makes sense, yeah.
the train stops, instead of saying we're stopping at First Avenue, it says
Ni hao.
Why does it change? There's so.
Because it's such
Oh,
a
Bayside's like
huge
completely
Oh,
Chinese now.
population.
That's cool.
My
really
mom,
good food.
my mom was born and raised in Bayside, and she said she went back for her like 100th high school reunion. And it used to be like really, I also learned this from my cab driver yesterday, by the way. This man gave me a history lesson. He said Bayside, he lives there now, used to be predominantly like Italian and Irish, and now it's just all Chinese. Yeah, and he said real quiet though out there. Great. I think so Pod says it's unpretentious, which is definitely true because no one goes out there, but still close to the big city perks, and that's all it could say about Queens.
We're so accurate.
And you guys were
everything.
shitting on Pods, so you're welcome.
Okay, we stand corrected.
So in my opinion, I said it's Greek imposters and it's easily forgettable.
Greek imposters.
Everybody there is Greek, and they all think that they're like big city goers, but they're not. Like every single person there is Greek. They own their house, and when the city's like, "Hey, we want to knock down the houses to build high rises," they're like, "This is my house.
Okay,
Hispanic opera."
that was a good accent.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
Honestly, it's got some of the best Greek food, though. I will say.
I wonder why.
It's all Greek to me. Okay. Okay, thoughts on rent?
Fucking like $500 a month. Why would anyone fucking live there?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Tara wins. It's $2,900 a month.
Seems very expensive.
Well, you
as
know
well.
what? Because they really built up Long Island City, and a lot of people have moved out there.
Is Long Island City in Queens?
Yeah.
Is it easier to get
It's
to
the
Manhattan?
Hoboken of
It
Queens.
is not easy to get to. LIC is stupid.
It's very easy to get to.
What's easier, Hoboken, no joking, or LIC?
Hoboken.
All right. Well, Hoboken's pretty hard in my book.
You can take the path from anywhere.
I
on the west
fucking
side.
won't take the path.
Okay, well.
The path is very challenging to.
This was an
penetrate.
episode about Queens. Don't come at me.
We hate the path.
Okay, I don't take the path, so
The perks of the path are it's air conditioned.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is nothing to do
You
with the
can't even
episode.
use the same subway
Listen
card.
to me.
Mute.
Air conditioned and clean.
All the fucking subways are air conditioned. It's
Air
2000.
Staten Island.
And
Moving right along.
Okay, Staten Island. They've got a beach, yeah.
We're not on Long Island. It's not Long Island.
Honestly, I don't know where Staten Island is. I don't know if I've
You
ever
are
been.
aware that there's a Staten Island ferry.
That's the one that
It's
crosses
free.
the Statue of Liberty.
it's free and it passes by the Statue of Liberty.
I know. I've been on that. I've been on the ferry.
So then you've been to Staten Island.
Well, I mean, I got on the ferry. I see the thing, and then I stay on the boat to go back.
No, they make you get off the boat, so you've technically taken steps on Staten Island, and you have to turn around and get on the other boat to go back.
Anyway, how much do you think it costs to live on Staten Island?
Who would live in Staten Island? I really don't know.
I only know of one.
Pete Davidson.
Pete David. Well, I know two. Pete Davidson and my friend Joe.
Does he have a nice place?
I've never seen it, but he's got a crazy accent.
There are some like mansions out there in Staten Island.
Have you been to Staten Island?
Just the way Nora has to see the Statue of Liberty.
Isn't that where like
For
the
free.
Great Gatsby lives?
No.
Where was that?
Like
That was Long
Massachusetts
Island.
or something.
Anyway, it's $1,600 a month, so it's actually the cheapest borough.
Oh, wow.
I
Are we
bet.
moving to Staten Island?
Right, that's what I'm
girls?
saying. That's why I was like, maybe you should reconsider. They also say, according to Pods, that it's the forgotten borough that offers a suburban.
Told you. That's the one that everyone gets mixed up with Long Island.
No, it's not mixed up. It's
It's a
forgotten.
separate island. You
Most people
dumb
can't-
twat.
know that.
Most people can't name 5. They forget.
Because they say
Staten.
Long Island.
No,
No
they
one
can
has
only
ever been
name
like,
4.
oh, you know what? I want to go to the Hamptons this weekend on Staten Island. No one said that.
Y'all are not understanding what I'm saying.
Right, because you're stupid.
I know they're different islands. I'm saying that a lot of people, when they're asked to name the boroughs, they can't remember if it's Staten Island or Long Island.
Okay, so anyways,
This is a thing.
let's wrap us up.
No, let's settle this.
Okay, what borough would you want to live in and why, now that you've heard all of these stereotypes?
Fucking Manhattan. I've lived here 11 years.
it's
I'm going to keep
100%.
doing it.
I'm going to keep doing it until they kick me out.
I'm going to move to Hoboken, the 6th borough of Manhattan.
You? No. Allie,
As a-
you're moving
Okay,
back
maybe
to
I'll move to
Manhattan.
Battery. The only way I'm moving back to the city is I move to Battery
Allie
Park.
was looking at apartments
Oh.
in Manhattan
For what? You're
to
moving?
live.
to live in it.
I thought you loved your neighborhood.
I do, but I like Battery Park a lot, and it's close to the office.
And Battery Park's very pretty.
So
like
fucking
Battery Park.
expensive.
How much is it looking?
I looked at a studio, and it was $4,200 a month.
What about a roommate?
No,
I have a roommate.
I have a roommate.
I hate you too. I'm not living with another person. Okay, overall, I think we've already talked about this, but I said, what do we think of the stereotypes? We're pretty spot on.
I'm walking here. Who's that?
Honk, honk, Bronx. Ooh, this is a good one. Staten
Okay.
Island or the Bronx.
Bronx, but I wouldn't like either. At least I'm fucking
Okay,
in
do
the
a Brooklyn
city.
accent.
Never.
Oh, am I doing accents? Is
Yeah,
that
I
what
thought that's what you wanted
I
us
thought
to
you
do
were
was guess.
making us guess which.
Yeah, that's
or
what I thought too.
Pick which borough.
Do you want me to do an accent?
I thought that's why he's like, I'm walking here. I thought you wanted us to guess which borough.
Oh.
Hey, thanks for listening, rats. Before we get canceled, I'm gonna wrap us up.
Okay, bye.
Bye. No accents, y'all.
What?
Racism.
As always, thanks for listening. If you're interested in even more bad advice, scurry on over to Instagram and TikTok at Bad Advice Only NYC. We're begging you. Download and rate the show and leave us a review. Talk to you next Monday. Stay tuned, rats.